Hi everyone, this is Kelly from Body Fit Solutions. I'm leading on from our simple breathing exercise to go through some back stability exercises that you can do for home to really improve your stability around the pelvis and spine and your core strength. Smart, intelligent exercises that can really benefit you. So leading on from our breathing, we're going to start on the floor. Get a comfortable position for yourself with your knees bent and your feet nice and flat in line with your sit bones. I have a block here to go under the head so that if your head is falling back a little bit like this, use a cushion or a pillow that's not too thick, or even a magazine would work quite well. And just rest yourself comfortably in our neutral zone. And this is where the hip bones and the pubic bone lie parallel to the mat, and the sacral bone, the bottom of the pelvis where those dimple bones are in your back, are resting quite heavy. We're just going to rock gently the pelvis into 12 o'clock in a 6 o'clock position if you imagine a clock face. So the 12 o'clock, I'm bringing the tailbone towards the pubic bone, and the 6 o'clock I'm drawing the tailbone away from the pubic bone. I'm really trying to relax the legs and let really the bones of the pelvis move. So if you want to place your hands here and let the hip bones move upwards and downwards. And the ribs just really nicely melting into the mat naturally with that movement. Remember your breath pattern into the ribs and out. So if we inhale and let the pelvis drop down to 6, and exhale, let the pelvis come towards 12. We can work really with this breathing pattern. So inhale, tailbone drops away from the pubic bone, and exhale, tailbone comes towards the pubic bone, resting in that nice neutral zone where the bottom rib is on the mat and that sacrum is on the mat. We're just going to start to do a leg fall out, really focusing on the positioning of the pelvis as the leg relaxes out to the side. And then just going to the other side, really using your exhale for support. And if we take the hands behind the back on those bony bits, we really get a sense whether the pelvis is tipping or not. And we really want it to try and stay in the middle of our hands as we go from side to side. So leg fall out to try and get some mobility through the hips and stability through the pelvis. And our second phase, and we can do about 5 to 10 in total, so 5 on each side. And from here, with the arms nice and relaxed and the rib cage down, I'm just going to feel weight going into my left foot, like there's a big heavy boot on my foot, and heavy through my pelvis. And I'm going to allow a very soft release of my foot. Now I know it doesn't look like much, but the idea is really about the support. When we have a back injury, a lot of the time the pelvis and lower spine area become really unstable. So we want to regain the stability here. I want you to bring your hands to the ribs and to the bottom of the pelvis and really feel the sense of dropping the abdominal wall and feeling that heaviness into the mat. The moment that that supporting leg feels heavy, and I'm a little bit more challenged on this side because I know that the stability on this side is not as strong. We're not looking to pick up the leg, we're really looking for that sense of support, and the leg should feel like it releases very lightly off the mat. Good. And our third exercise, we're going to come up onto all fours. We're going to get the hands directly underneath the shoulders and the knees right below the hips. We just want to feel the spinal movement here. Sometimes it's hard to be aware of our positioning, so we want to find where we're nice and neutral. It should be a natural curve inwards, a natural curve outwards at the middle back, and then a natural curve through the lower back inwards. And we want that sense that the rib cage is supporting us underneath and that not everything is hanging out here. So again, pubic bone and hip bones are nice and level with one another. The shoulder blades should sit slightly down towards the middle back, nice and open through the front. I know that's a lot to think about before we've even started moving. Then I want you to feel your weight dropping into your right hand. So feeling that is becoming heavier and heavier and heavier into the floor. We're going to allow this little bit of release. Now the key is that the spine doesn't move its position. So we're really getting this sense now of our oblique muscles really supporting our position side to side. and they come across like an X from rib to hip. So we should feel that as we're supporting on that right side, that one side of that X becomes a little bit stronger, and as we shift the weight to the other side, really surrendering into the floor, we feel the shift of weight. We want to avoid the hips shifting. So now I'm going to progress that to the right hand feeling the weight, the left hand releasing. I'm keeping this really light, and then feel which side becomes heavier into the mat. So that left leg should be the heavy point. We're just going to slide away and breathe there for about 5 seconds. Just get that sense of stillness, and then return back in. And then I'm going to shift the weight so that my weight's on my left arm, and really feeling that support, releasing the arm, and then coming into that lovely hold for 5 seconds. And I would do that again about 5 times on each side, and then once you're finished, just come into a nice supported shell stretch. Breathing there. And that's the first phase of our back stability exercises. In the second phase, we'll go through a little bit more work for the glute muscles and for some rotation.